Okay, today we're here, art education, or Cassville art education, art 2D. Again, this is the third video, so this will be our third project as far as drawing still lifes. Today what we're going to do is we're going to draw the still life that's in front of us, and we call this an object still life. So what we did was we had some objects here in the room, and then I had the students bring in an object or two, however many they wanted to bring in, and we placed the objects on the boxes that we originally had with some sheets covered over it. Place the objects on there, and then what we will do is we will pencil draw these objects kind of like we did with the boxes. But now we're working lots of different shapes. Okay. Typically the shapes that we'll be working with is we work with the rectangles, squares, three-dimensional boxes. Okay. We'll also be working with a lot of circles, cylinders, maybe some triangles. Okay, so a lot of different shapes, or just about every shape you can think of. And again, we're working at making those objects three-dimensional. Okay. As we progress, we'll kind of progress into also drawing the different shapes of the sheets that are draped over the boxes also. Okay. So not only do we want to draw each individual object, we're also going to want to draw the sheets and how they're placed over the boxes themselves. Okay. The best place to start out is to draw the box. Okay, so we draw the box shape that we've seen originally when we were just drawing boxes. Okay, and then we proceed to draw the objects and the sheet over top of it. Okay, that's the easiest procedure. Okay, and we're not worried about shading or color or any of that stuff yet. We're just worried about the shapes and the way stuff kind of works together in the still life. Right? That's all we're worried about. So we're using our newsprint paper. We're using our drawing pencil we used before, and then of course an eraser. All right, so keeping it real simple. Okay. Again, we won't have the light on the still life either, giving us shadow and whatnot. We'll just use the light that's available in the classroom. Okay. Maybe as we progress further here and get into color, then we'll add a light source, and we'll be able to then add more shading and shadowing. Okay. So again, just after the shapes. All right. So we bring the camera in a little bit closer. You can see here as I draw this. Again, I'm just going to start off with drawing kind of the box shape. All right. And we're also again still thinking proportion. So we want to make sure the whole thing, again, still fits on the sheet that we're working with, or the piece of paper we're working with. And again, I'm just kind of doing that fast sketching like we did originally, and I'm keeping my parallel lines, and I'm just putting my boxes in. Right, and I'll come through here in just a little bit, and I'll cover all this stuff up. Again, I'm just getting down a general shape so I know I have a spot to place my okay. So now I have a plane in order to place my sheets and then the objects. Okay, so this cylindrical object that's located right there, I can go ahead and I can draw that in here. All right, now when you do like a circle, three-dimensional, okay. All right, so three-dimensional. It's got three-dimensional space. All right, and then I just do lines down the side, and then of course my bottom will also be three-dimensional, right? And typically what you do then is you come in and you erase the line at the back because you wouldn't see that through a solid object. Alright. So I'll go ahead and I'll draw that in here, kind of in the location that it should be. And it's kind of a longer, taller, cylindrical shape. You see it has like a lid on it, and then it has this ribbon that comes off of it. Okay, and I can even draw the label on it. I see it's got a label. And then this wine bottle that's laying there, I know it's probably not appropriate for school, but it is what it is. It's not full, so we're alright. Okay, and I can even draw these sheets in, how they come, they spread apart up there in like a triangular formation. Okay, and I'm just working on, there's another cylindrical like container there. I'm going to kind of draw that in here. Draw the bottom of it first. Okay. So what I did was I just kind of took a small section of the still life and I placed it on my sheet and I just sketched it out, just like we did the box.